need a friend, here's what to say. Let's talk in English, 10 minutes every day. When you need a friend, here's what to say. Let's talk in English, 10 minutes every day. That's the way.
Hello friends, welcome to Let's Talk in English. My name is Esther.
And my name is John. Friends, today we have my favorite lesson, our story lesson.
And the name of our story is The Empty Pot. Today, we're going to tell you a famous story from China. It's a kind of story we call a folk tale.
Right. A folk tale is a very old story. People tell this story to their kids and their grandkids, and the story lasts for a long time. So today, this is a very old story, a folk tale.
And folk tales often teach us lessons about life. They tell us what happens when people make good decisions and also what happens when people make bad decisions.
Yeah, folk tales can be very helpful. Now, while we listen to the story, let's also look for our Find It. Today's Find It question is, what did the king give to each child?
What did the king give to each child? Listen carefully to see if you can find the answer to our Find It question.
Before we begin our story, let's go to our keywords with Sonia.
今天我们来讲《伊索寓言》里的一个故事。从前有一个非常有智慧的国王。Once there was a very wise king. 名词 king 就是国王。有一天，他颁布了一项命令，叫百姓把自己的小孩都带来，因为他已经老了，想要从孩子当中选出下一任的国王。他说 I will choose from among the children. 介系词 among 就是在什么之中。孩子们来了之后，国王对他们说，我会给你们每人一颗种子。I will give each of you a seed. 名词 seed 就是种子。你们回去种，6个月之后，谁的植物长得最好，就是下一任的国王。有一个叫做 Pin 的小朋友找来一个空的大花盆，把种子种了下去。He found a big empty pot. 形容词 empty 就是空的。小孩细心地为种子浇水，照顾它。He carefully watered the seed and took care of it. 动词 water 就是浇水。
The empty pot. Once there was a very wise king. The king was very old, and he did not have any children. He told all of his people to bring their children to the palace.
It is time to choose the next king,
He said.
I will choose from among the children.
The people were very excited. They quickly came to the palace with their children.
When we tell a story, we often use long ago or once upon a time. But here our story starts with the word once. Once there was a very wise king.
Friends, do you know what a king is? A king is the person who is in charge. Sometimes a king has a crown. If it's a girl, you say the queen.
Yes, the king is the leader of a country, and he can be called the leader of a kingdom. Now, since this is a story that takes place in China, there's also a good word we can learn.
That's right, the emperor. You might hear about the emperor in lots of stories. Here we learn that the king was very old, and he did not have any children. He didn't have any sons or daughters. He told all of his people to bring their children to his palace.
The palace is where the king and the queen lives. Palaces are often beautiful. If you look at storybooks, they have many decorations. And the king said, "It is time to choose the next king."
It is time. That's a very useful English phrase. Let's go and learn what that means.
国王说：“现在该是选择下一任国王的时候了。” It is time to choose the next king, he said. 句型 It is time to be 表示该是什么的时候了。不定词 to be 用来修饰前面的 time， 作为补充说明。我们来看例句。It is time to go home. 该是回家的时候了。或是 It is time to get ready for the party. 该是为派对做准备的时候了。
Thank you, Sonia. Well, I wonder what is going to happen at the palace. The king says, I will choose from among the children. He's going to choose one of the children. If you say among, it means out of or in the middle of. I could say, among my shoes, that red pair is the one I choose.
Yes, so in or through a group. So among the children, there are many, many children. He's only going to choose one child to become the next king.
So what does everyone think? How do they feel? Well, we read here, the people were very excited. If you're excited, it means you're happy and you're ready. They quickly came to the palace, the king's house, with their children. What's going to happen next?
Well, we're going to find out what happens. Now, I want you to try to put yourself into this story. Think about how you might feel if you were a child and the king might pick you to become the next king. Now it's time to go to the next part of our story.
Children,
The king said,
I will give each of you a seed. You must plant the seed in a pot. Then come back in 6 months. The child with the best plant will be the next king.
The children went to the king one by one. The king gave each child a seed. The smallest child was last. His name was Ping. The king smiled at him.
Try your best.
He said,
Friends, did you find the answer to our Find It question? What did the king give to each child?
What did the king give to each child? Well, we learned the answer here. He gave each child a seed. So what happened in our story? The king said to the children, I will give each of you a seed. What is a seed, Esther?
Well, if you have a plant, there is a part of a plant, usually it's very small, that you can take that will help you make a new plant. You will need to put the plant in the ground or in the soil to grow.
That's right. The word plant can be a noun, a plant, or it can be a verb, to plant a seed. So you plant the seed in a pot, the king says. And after they plant it, you come back in 6 months. Wow!
That is a lot of time. That is half a year. So if it's February now, in 6 months, it will be August.
Yes. So the king gives directions. He says the child
我送了礼物，你还喜欢吗？我爱你，我要给你生孩子。
没想到这么直接啊！你可以向我许一个愿望，什么愿望都可以。
真的吗？
之前不敢说的话，不敢做的事儿，都可以。
什么都可以吗？
你说，
我真的说了。
他终于要和我正式表白了。
我想加薪。
赶紧去睡觉吧，梦里什么都有。
with the best plant will be the next king. We call this a competition. Whoever does best will win.
Right. And one by one after another, the king gives each child a seed. Sonia, can you help us with this phrase, one by one?
故事说到，那些孩子一个接着一个的走到国王面前。The children went to the king one by one. 副词片语 one by one 指的是一个接着一个的。我们来看例句。The children entered the classroom one by one. 孩子们一个一个的走进教室。或是Tom ate his cookies one by one. Tom 一块接着一块的吃着他的饼干。我们再练习一句。The students counted the books one by one. 学生们一本一本的数着书。
Thank you, Sonia. So each child gets a seed. And the one that comes at the very end, well, he is the smallest child. And his name is Ping.
Ping goes to the king, and we read, the king smiled at him. What did the king say to Ping?
The king said, try your best. And friends, try your best is also today's calendar phrase.
Try your best.
Try your best. 你就尽力而为。
Oh, I'm not ready for this race.
Try your best.
I can't run very fast.
Try your best.
Sometimes I fall.
Try your best. So, what are you going to do?
Lose.
No! Try your best.
Oh, right. Oh.
Try your best.
Try your best. 你就尽力而为。
Friends, this is a great phrase to use. You can tell someone else, try your best.
We're going to break right now. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Let's talk in English. 10 minutes every day. That's the way.
Friends, have you ever grown a plant from a seed? It's quite hard.
That's right. So the king gave each child a hard job. You have to plant the seed, and then the plant grows. We learned that plant can be a verb and a noun.
And you will need to water the plant. You will need to take care of it. It might need some sunshine as well.
That's right. I wonder what the king is doing. Well, we'll learn more in the next section today.
Ping took his seed home. He found a big empty pot. He filled the pot with dirt and planted his seed. He carefully watered the seed and took care of it. Many days went by. The seed did not grow. Many weeks went by. Nothing grew in Ping's pot. Weeks became months. Ping did his best, but the pot was still empty. Ping began to worry.
Now Ping takes his seed home the seed from the king, and he finds a big empty pot. That's the name of our story, The Empty Pot.
Friends, if something is empty, that is the opposite of full. Something is empty, there is lots of room inside it.
There is nothing inside it. You might say, this cup is empty. There is no more water in it.
So what does Ping do with his empty pot? Well, he puts some things in it. First, he fills it with dirt. Dirt is what is on the ground. Plants need dirt to grow.
Next, Ping plants his seed. Remember, the word plant here is an action. It's a verb. He plants his seed because he wants a plant to grow.
That's right. And then he waters his seed. Now, water can also be a verb and a noun. You water your plants with water.
Right. And Ping takes care of his plant. Now, if you take care of a plant, you don't just water it. You have to take a look at it. You have to take it out to get sunshine. You have to be thinking of your plant a lot.
Well, we learn many days went by. That means there was a lot of time. But the seed did not grow. There was no plant coming out of the seed.
Right. And many months went by. Nothing. The plant was not growing. The pot was still empty.
We hear a phrase, weeks became months. That is something that you can use when you're talking. You could say, days became weeks, weeks became months, months became years.
And it became months. Remember, the king only gave them 6 months to plant. Well, Ping begins to worry.
Well, we'll learn what happens to Ping, but now it's time to keep practicing our keywords together.
Here is your first keyword. King. King. Every king should be wise and brave.
Among. Among. He found a coin among the stones.
Seed. Seed. The seed grew into a plant.
Empty. Empty. The room is empty. All the kids left.
Water. Water. Don't forget to water the flowers. Friends, those are today's key words. You're doing a great job.
And now it's
your turn.
The words for today are king, among, seed, empty, and waters. Now it's your turn to use them in a sentence. First one, give her more water. Her glass is... Great answer! Give her more water. Her glass is empty. Next, the makes the rules. You got it. The king makes the rules. Next, she planted the in the park. She planted the seed in the park. Next, Mom, her vegetables every day. You're right. Mom waters her vegetables every day. Last one, choose from these colors. Good job. Choose from among these colors. Friends, be sure to come back next time for your turn.
The Empty Pot. Once there was a very wise king. The king was very old, and he did not have any children. He told all of his people to bring their children to the palace.
It is time to choose the next king,
he said.
I will choose from among the children.
The people were very excited. They quickly came to the palace with their children.
Children,
the king said,
I will give each of you a seed. You must plant the seed in a pot. Then come back in 6 months. The child with the best plant will be the next king.
The children went to the king one by one. The king gave each
我并不觉得说了再见就意味着失去，后来才发现，很多人说了再见，就再也不会见了。我们多久没见了
12年了。
我们6个人终于又聚在一起了。真希望我们6个人可以像小时候那样，一直那样无知无畏。
child a seed. The smallest child was last. His name was Ping. The king smiled at him.
Try your best,
he said. Ping took his seed home. He found a big empty pot. He filled the pot with dirt and planted his seed. He carefully watered the seed and took care of it. Many days went by. The seed did not grow. Many weeks went by. Nothing grew in Ping's pot. Weeks became months. Ping did his best, but the pot was still empty. Ping began to worry.
What are you doing, Ginger?
I'm waiting for my plant to grow.
What kind of plant is it?
I'm not sure. Someone gave me the seed.
And you planted it?
Yeah, I found this empty pot and filled it with dirt.
And then what?
Then I planted the seed.
Did you water it?
Yes, and I'm taking good care of it.
That's good.
But it's not easy. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting.
Well, you need to be patient. And don't give up.
Come on, little seed. Come on, please. Grow.
Why is this plant so important to you?
If it grows big, I can be the winner. Yeah.
Hello, young lady. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great. I have a few questions for you today.
And I hope I have some answers for you.
Well, here's the first question. What do you fill a pot with before you plant a seed?
Oh, that's easy. You fill the pot with dirt, of course.
That's right. Seeds need dirt to grow.
Yes, they do. Any more questions?
Yes, one more. Do you like to grow plants?
I sure do. I love to grow plants, yes.
Why?
Because plants are amazing. Think about it. A small seed can grow up to be a big tree with delicious fruit.
Or maybe a seed can grow up to be a plant with beautiful flowers.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I have to water my plants.
Oh, well, that's important. Thanks for answering my questions.
You're welcome. See you next time. Bye.
Friends, today we've been learning about Ping, and he tried his best, but the pot was still empty. Now, I'm going to ask John. John, do you like to grow plants?
I do. I love to grow plants. I love to plant seeds and see if a plant grows. It's a lot of fun. But sometimes plants don't grow. What do you do when something doesn't work out?
Well, we're going to find out what Ping does. So friends, be sure to listen as we continue our story tomorrow.
That's right. And if you're going through something that's hard today, Just have patience. All right, we appreciate you, our friends, and we'll see you next time, right here on Let's Talk in English.
Bye-bye.